This reaction is brought to you by my $5 or more patrons at patreon.com/AlexHeitz. I'd like to thank Andreas Gleisel, Big Chicken Time, Steph Newtown, Andrew Graff, at HotGirlVideos69 on Twitter, B-Jabber, Jason Bates, Mark Ventura, Matthew McLaughlin, Richard Will E., Robert Mackey, and Sam Gavshak for sponsoring this video, supporting me and my family of the channel. I appreciate it immensely, and I hope you all enjoy this video. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a poll album. This is poll number 32, I believe it is. Let me check here. Yes, poll number 32. The results are on screen, as you can see. Only 8 votes total out of the current 19 Patreon supporters that I have. And Lush split won by 38%. Not even close, honestly, but there you go. Yeah, so this is a reaction that's falling between my Talk binge and the Chameleons binge. So the next album I will be doing is Script of the Bridge. Stay tuned for that one. Big one on the horizon. But today we are diving into some dream pop shoegaze from the 90s, and it should be a lot of fun. You may have noticed a jump in the edit. It's because my kids were being wild and crazy. So I threw them outside. And I got myself some Kentucky Gentlemen, because it's not 9 in the morning. I'm shooting this in the afternoon, actually, so I'm getting to record with a drink, which is always nice. For those who don't know, I do unedited reactions on my Patreon, patreon.com/AlexHeitz. For $5 a month, you can get access to unedited reactions from Modest Mouse going forward. That's April of 2021. You can also hop in at the $1 per month level and get access to voting in polls, of which this was one of the poll albums. Also going to shout out NordVPN, link in the description for that. Fantastic VPN with great speeds, great prices. I use it all the time. If you need a VPN, which is very helpful a lot of the time, check my link in the description. Lush split the middle album from the UK dream pop shoegaze band. I have reacted to 3 Lush songs on the channel, possibly others in live streams, I can't recall. I've done Sweetness and Light, the second version of Thought Forms, and Nothing Natural, which I believe that was from Spooky. Is that correct? It is. I don't remember a single track. I'm pretty sure I've also heard some of Desire Lines and watched part of the music video for that. Don't remember that either. I think I just wasn't quite into this kind of music at the time as much as I am now when I heard Desire Lines, so it didn't stick. And then for some reason, those 3 singles that I reacted, or songs that I reacted to on the channel, I just haven't really come back to. So I don't know if, like, it's hard to say. Like, when it comes to dream pop and shoegaze, there's a lot of stuff that I really enjoy, but most of the time I'm going to end up just putting on like Souvlaki or Victoria Land or Heaven or Las Vegas. Even though there's some stuff that I really, really, really like and respect, I don't find myself drawn to it a ton. I don't know. It's really hard to describe. And I'm wondering if this band will be similar. It's hard to say. Yeah, this was a band formed in '87. They came out with 3 albums in the course of 4 years, an album every 2 years. Made a bit of a, like, indie splash, and then they were kind of gone. I think they had a little bit of like a reunion in 2016, but they're pretty much done now. 2 female vocalists who also do guitar, which I find interesting. And then Mariel Barham. I don't know if that's a chick or a dude, who also contributed vocals and guitar like way early on, before these albums came out. So, yeah, as far as Split goes, the album we're listening to today seems to be their most notable. It has Desire Lines on it. It's 52 minutes, 12 tracks. I don't know, just classified in that typical noisy shoegaze dream pop thing. It's from '94. So that is, what, a year after Souvlaki? Is that correct? 93? Yeah, so a year after Souvlaki. Obviously 4 years after Heaven or Las Vegas. So interesting to see where this will sit in the whole rubric of the shoegaze dream pop world. I don't think I have anything else to add from what I can tell. So I think we're just going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, 52 minutes, a bit on the longer side. So we'll go ahead and dive in here. First track, Light from a Dead Star. Interesting, like intro kind of song. I say intro because like its structure didn't lend itself to being just a typical pop song. Um, it felt like it kind of rose to something, had something to say, and then was gone. Um, Gotta shout out Mike Hedges. Also, Lush themselves were producers here. I have a sneeze. It's going to happen at some point. But Mike Hedges is the producer as well. Obviously notable from 17 Seconds, Faith from The Cure, as well as a good handful of Susie and the Banshees. So that's pretty cool. Like I definitely noticed like the really tight production, nice and crunchy, not too reverby yet. Cool. Okay, off to a solid start. Next track, Kiss Chase. Are you chasing a kiss, or do you kissing someone named Chase? There's a moment in that song that reminded me of something else, and it's eluding me a little bit. A certain other band, maybe a little bit of like Sundays or Cranberries in there. I don't know. Interesting. It's pretty good so far. Nothing. It doesn't stack up as strongly to some of the other dream pop and shoegaze of the era. But it's super approachable. And like I said, production, nice and crisp. Good stuff. All right, Blackout. Oh, and it's done. So this one was written by Emma Anderson. Looks like the two lead women here kind of trade off writing different ones. Looks like Emma kind of writes a slight majority of them here. Definitely had that kind of power pop aspect to it. Also a little bit of that kind of like the the Arcade Fire Wake Up guitar tone in there as well. Um, Interesting. Cool. Not necessarily like my preferred kind of vibe from these types of, genres and eras and whatnot, the more punky, power poppy aspect. But it's still good. It's still good. All right, next one, Hypocrite. This was a single, I believe. It's a bit more of a some of these songs are a little more aggressive than I thought they were going to be. They have that kind of I don't know. I mean, I know it's obviously noisier, kind of crunchy. Um, but yeah, interesting. I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot to say. I'm just enjoying the music for what it is. Lovelife. Wow, big deal. Good job, I guess. Um, I can see why this band just kind of sits right below all the other stuff around the time. Um, that one had a more of like a Manchester vibe as well with the percussion, a little bouncier. Um, I don't know. It's like it's good, but it does feel very derivative in a lot of ways. Um, Especially from the Cocteau Twins, Slow Dive, Stone Roses crowd that came before it. But like derivative isn't always bad. It can be bad because usually derivativity, derivativeness, um, implies that you lack creativity, which I don't think Lush does. I don't think they lack creativity. So, um, yeah, it's like the songs aren't popping out to me, but they are a very pleasant listen, I guess is the way I would say. But we have the big track here, Desire Lines, almost 8 minutes. Let's listen. Cool. I get it. Nice little bit of dreamy slowcore there. Definitely was getting like, some low Red House Painters vibes in there, but tonally it sounded more like old Cocteau Twins and Cure. Kind of a little bit more of that like post-punky ethereal wave kind of slowcore post-rock genre. Interesting. A nice little departure from what's been going on here. Good bit of variety on this album, actually. Like, if I bought this in '94, I would have been like perfectly pleased because it's like, hey, I'm getting some rock, getting some pop, getting all different kinds of tone here. But it's not tonally inconsistent, which is pretty cool. All right, let's keep going. The Invisible Man. Wow, that was something. A little gothic, very noisy. Um, that guitar tone reminded me of another song. Man, this is all, like I said, kind of derivative because I feel like it's pulling from a lot of things that I'm already familiar with. But there's enough originality here to stand on its own 2 feet. Undertow. Cool. A little bit more of a, I don't even know what you would call that. Definitely one of the more rockier ones. Um, Not bad. Not bad. They're walking down roads that have already been trodden, but they're the kind of people that you would like to chat with while you're going down those roads, if that makes sense. There hasn't been like a track on here that I haven't liked, I guess you would say. Maybe Blackout is the closest thing because it was just a little bit of a surprise, but none of this has been bad. It's all sounded great. It's just really hard to, I don't know, escape the shadow of the things I already know, I guess. And it's not fair. And I'm trying to see it through clean eyes. I don't know. Never, Never, another long one at 8 minutes. Not bad. It is like kind of riding the line between nice background vibe music and kind of boring. um, like I said, I don't just like this has been done more interesting elsewhere. So, but that also like doesn't make this useless in a similar way because like I said, I've been enjoying myself, vibing with it. Um, but there's not a whole lot to dive into. It's all pretty simple. There's been a few experimental, kind of interesting things. Invisible Man had that. Um, I don't know. I want to. We have 3 tracks left. I want to finish this up and kind of give my overall thoughts. So, Lit Up. Not bad. I like that one a lot. Might be one of my favorites on here. A very simple but like nice tone, breezy. I dig it. I dig it. All right, Starlust, penultimate track. Not bad. Not bad. This album, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until the last song to talk about this. Let's just close this out. When I Die. That's a nice way to end the album. I enjoyed that one. Definitely had some vocal turns that were very Cranberries and Sundays. But overall, very nice, very pleasant. Some good chords in there, decent melody work. I liked the jangly elements as well. Nice. Nice. Okay, so this album was okay. It was okay. It wasn't great, but it was good. And there are a few songs on here that I would return to. Desire Lines is a nice vibey track. When I Die was really nice. I enjoyed Lit Up. Opening was pretty cool with Kiss Chase. But there's a few on here that just like have already fallen out of my head. Like, I don't remember what Hypocrite, Lovelife, Undertow, Never Never, or Starlust sounds like, and I just heard them. And it wasn't because I wasn't paying attention. I think it's just like a bit too much of a familiar face that it kind of just dissolved a little bit. And I feel bad saying that because I don't feel like this music deserves to be dissolved. I'm saying weird words. But no, this was good. This was perfectly fine. I would call it above average dream pop and shoegaze. And also, like I said, some nice variety. You had some nice production consistency amidst some tonally different songs. It's not like a Ween album or anything. But you have some nice moods on different tracks to mix it up. Whereas, like, you don't listen to like an early Cure album, you're like, oh, here's the one happy song or whatever. But this had it. This had 12 tracks. You could maybe cut a couple, bring it down a little bit. It would have been a little bit tighter maybe. But yeah, not bad. I kind of realize now why I didn't remember the other Lush tracks I heard. And it's not to say that they're a bad band. I think people have this tendency to overreact to like mediocre feelings on things. Like if something is like rated a 5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10, people think like, oh, you hate it. It's like, no, it just means it's okay. It means it's fine. You need to leave room for the 8s, 9s, and 10s, and you need to leave room for the 1, 2, 3, 4s. You're gonna listen to albums, watch a lot of movies that are in that 5 to 7 range. It's just true. There's a lot of mediocre stuff out there. This was solid though. This was decent. Nothing amazing, nothing awful, and I'm glad I heard it. And I will be returning to a few of these tracks in the future for sure. Okay, everyone, that is it. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Things to plug yet again, patreon.com/AlexHeitz, $5 a month, access to unedited reactions, of which this is one, and then $1 a month access to voting in these polls that we do every 2 to 4 albums. Also, the Discord link in the description for that. Got almost 200 members over there, give or take. Not extremely active at the moment, but we do occasionally post, like, share our own music and stuff, Topster Charts memes, all that kind of fun stuff and jazz. So head on over there if you want to join the community of this man. And that is all. That is all I have for you. Script of the Bridge is next. I might be able to record it when I'm supposed to, quote unquote, which is the 27th. Although I don't know. That week might be too busy and I might have to wait until the new year. Not sure. But stay tuned for the beginning of the Chameleons. Script of the Bridge has been requested very early on since I started doing these reactions 5 years ago. So this has been a long time coming as far as those old 80s post-punk classics go. So now's the time to get in on the Patreon, right? But yeah, really eager and excited to dive into that. I've heard Second Skin and was it called Tiger Papers? Tiger Paper Tigers? Something like that, which I don't remember that track that well. I haven't heard it a lot, but I've heard Second Skin a few times, Swamp Thing quite a few times. Really dig Mark Burgess and his approach to songwriting, so I'm very eager to dive into that well. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for Chameleons coming up. Hope you all have a merry holiday season. Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, 8 crazy nights, bum diddy diddy bum. Thank you. Godspeed.